A tale I've written, invented, yes, hence an attempt to unite the Christian pants with the non-belief in a middle ground, somewhere between mystery and good sense. So Eve, taking more than just the apple, plucked off the loveliest of the best. Thus it's to Eve that we must give our thanks
for its variety of fruits and plants.
For when she was out of paradise thrown, she stole all the flowers we've ever known. Therewith, through sensuous beauty and grace,
Eve with Adam brought forth the few who
but our world would never have come to be
had not God allowed them his mystery.
When they were banished from his bosom,
Eve saw more than just the apple blossom,
and took on her way through Eden's bowers
many wondrous plants and fruitful flowers.
Mighty God, upon seeing this great theft,
at first was angered, but soon smiled and wept.
for human nature was made in his name,
So he had no one but himself to blame.
Yet still God made ready his thunderbolt, as his Old Testament wrath cast its vote to end this experiment gone so wrong. But then he felt the joy of life's new song.
Eve had all the plants that she could carry. God in his wisdom grew uncontrary. Out of Eden she waved the flowered wands, the seed spilling upon the barren lands.
God held the lightning bolt already lit,
No longer knowing what to do with it,
so he threw it into the heart of hell.
forming of it a place where all was well.
Thus the world from molten fire had birth.
As hell faded and was turned into earth,
This God gave to Adam and Eve with love.
for them and theirs to make a heaven of.
From his bolt grew the hawthorn and bluebell.
He be damned, for Eve stole these as well.
So he laughed and pretended not to see.
Retreating into eternity.
So be it, he said, when time was young.
That such is the life my design has wrung.
For in their soul some part of me has sprung.
So let them enjoy all the songs I've sung.
Says God, life was much too easy in paradise,
And lacked therefore of any real meaning.
for without the lows there can be no highs.
All that remains is a dull, flat feeling.
There's no devil to blame for their great zest,
This mix of good and bad makes them best.
the human nature that makes them survive.
Also lets them feel very much alive.
That same peaceful soul that makes them glad does also make them seem a little bad. If only I could strip the wrong from right, but I cannot have the day without the So it was that with fertile delight Eve seeded the lifeless earth for us to receive. Though many flowers she had to leave behind, these we have from the mother of mankind.
Eve gathered the amiable jasmine, which soft exhales its breath of friendship, and by a delicious fragrance in the night overpowers the stars with its sweet delight. The jasmine impregnates the dew each night with its friendly perfume of good and right. Thus morning's incense carries its odor, keeping everyone in fresh good humor.
Love's first emotion springs from the lilac, for it blooms when nature is first aroused. Thus it's love's youngest dream to all come back, where it will ne'er again remain unspout.
When thine Eve sowed, the bees came all abuzz, and all around it flew their dance of love. So now we know that those who would savor the sweets of love mustn't neglect the flower.
Camphor, the scent of paradise, inspires, reminding us to what our soul aspires. When spontaneous desires overspill, to tell us of duties we must fulfill. Daffodils arranged in their elfin way wear their yellow skirts like fairies' dresses, and brighten through the spirit light of morn into the fuller radiance of day.
Butterflies come to life in pansy size, embodied by extension into flight. Their flowers floating on the air propelled, leaving shadow prints behind on the petal.
The air fills with honeysuckle scented nets from fairies blowing the honey trumpets, while they sow vermilion red geraniums that grow wild into many countless sums.
The golden-throated lilies sing at morn, maiden flower blushes, its pureness reborn. Star galaxies of sunflowers sway, echoing the luminosity of day.
Eve picked some dandelions ripe enough to have gone from gold to just so much fluff, reminding us when soft blown with a puff that time will spread us to amid the dust.
Chrysanthemums drink the mellow day, falling petals carry the light away. The autumn fog swirls, the mist up curls, into nothingness the wisps slow unfurl.
Woodbine wets the air with its cooling musk, bluebells herald the dim and dewy dusk, and ring the dance and song of evening knells, music tinkling in fairy festival.
The evening primrose only in the night opens its cup to drink in the moonlight, then gazes round with silent love and smiles, much as we would upon a sleeping child.
Its phosphorescent light guides the flight of the flying creatures that love the night. It looks the swelling moon straight in the sight when they make love
In the haunt of midnight.
Pearly everlasting, frozen in time, by Eve's purity survives cold and rime. It's a bit of heaven brought to our clime, where it still ignores the knell of death's chime. With willowy grace Eve fished with vines, and the willow yet throws out her lines as drooping branches that fill the streams with tears for flowers that we've never seen.
The innocent daisy, or the day's eye, is a lot like the sun. It cannot die. It far outlasts every other flower, shining even when the sun has no power.
Arbutus too, whose fruits and flowers of grew together in inseparable love, Eve took along with her as heaven's boon when she felt the kiss of the rising moon.
Out of God's thunderbolt grew the hawthorn. On that day when man and earth were born, its snowy blossoms of hope and union gave this blessed world its first communion.
The fleecy hawthorn sheds its summer snow to remind us of our birth so long ago. So Joseph's hawthorn staff along the way still blooms in winter on Christmas Day. Hawthorn was once known by the name of May, its thorns by them having been bred away. Thus for it the children went to Maying and built the maypole all around it playing.
But the calendar was set back 12 days, so May Day was no more, yet memory stays. And the Queen of Blossoms Day is made when writers and lovers seek out her shade.
Ever the immortal periwinkle, which like the winter stars that twinkle spreads through the snow its glossy flowers to remind us of the spring's sunny hours.
Though laughing with all the smiles she wore, Eve now more serious her burden bore, when she brought forth the mournful asphodel, dedicating it to the souls of hell.
The asphodel sustains the disdwellers where they rest beyond that fatal river. There the wretched shades drink forgetfulness.
From the poppy we gain full sensation, elation and oblivion's consolation. When life's miserable pain is too deep, it simulates death with a balmy sleep. growing in the cold near the leafless trees. Snowdrop bells ring out for friends in need. They bring hearty hopes to those with hardships. Icicles change to flowers by friendships.
Eve carried forth forget-me-not bouquets that sprouted fast wherever heroes fell. They bring back all of the happiest days to sound in our hearts as memories bell.
Holly, the harbinger of spring desires, blooms all winter long and with hope inspires our cold and dreary hearts to chime and ring with good cheer and love for everything.
Eve took poisonous foxglove and nightshade to balance with woe the good that she gave, offset by amaranth, which if kept in shade would not even after death ever fade.
And for the romantic art, Cupid's dart to spur men and women to make their move. Connected by nature's arrow of love, they deep impart the passion of the heart.
And choral bells rung by bees and hummingbirds, a melody of tones without the words, and airy sprays of frothy baby's breath, gurgling with all that's much too sweet to purge.
Their sweet spikes of aromatic lavender, ready potpourri from heaven's splendor, as all around lay the symbolic flowers to soft drowse the spirits into slumber.
Yet more we know from myth, lore, and legend of flowers that gemmed the fields of Eden, and from symbols and wisdom handed down through oral tradition in floral towns.
Wherever Eve breathed sprung floral dreams. Ever she walked, water followed in streams. Ere she wept, tears bedewed the earth in bloom. A cedar tree even grew from her tomb.
Dead flowers are reborn by spring's breath, and ethereal floral wonderland of everlasting recollections, and some even retain their color after death.
Like amaranth as mentioned earlier, or lasting beauty whose secret elixir grants us flowers red through a year of days. Oh, but that life and love would never fade.
Or cedar, life from the dead, the emblem of eternity as the preservation used for mummy cases and carved figures that last forever, immortal rigor.
Tracking Eve's trail throughout the ageless years, we find ladies' slippers, ladies' fingers, and ladies' smock, all parts of Madonna, her whole self, in fact, in belladonna.